Hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today I'm working on the second project for Kateinthenest, the pouch and the song, if you like, for this month's project is My Favourite Things by Julie Andrews. And I've chosen to take Raindrops on Roses as one of my prompts, and also Girls in White Dresses with Blue Satin Sashes. So that's given me blue and white, and it's going to give me not necessarily roses but flowers with raindrops. So for my pouch this time, it's got bits of fluff on it. I've taken 4-inch squares, and I just did 2 pieces that were 4 along and 4 down, so 16 4-inch squares on that side and 16 4-inch squares on that side. And as you can see, they're all various blues, and because this was blue and grey, I've then picked up this grey as well. Okay, I have decided that this one, it's got pins in it, is going to be a zipper pouch. So you can see I've already made my lining with the zip in it ready to go. I did pin it in place, but obviously I can't sew it in yet. There it is. I can't sew it in yet because I'm wanting to stitch through my bag. I have given myself a gusset, so it's got like a bottom, so it will sort of stand up square. Okay, so that's the pouch, that's the lining with the zip in it. There's the zip. Okay, so we definitely don't need the pouch, and at the moment we don't need the bag either. So I've been working on my flowers. Now I'm going to bring it back now. I did think that I would steal the prompt from the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I would put down a vase. Am I even on the screen? Yeah. Put down a ginger type vase, and then I would lay flowers around. Now for my flowers, I've got all sorts of things. So I've got these big, well, not big, but you know, these crocheted doilies that I've cut out. So I've got 3 of those. Okay, I've been doing Suffolk puffs, and then lace, and then another Suffolk puff, little lace, and then a little pearl, and I thought that would be a different type of flower. So I've got those, and they're all blues and whites, as you can see. So I've got those, and then I did this sort of screwed up giant flower. So I can already feel, you know, there's lots of stuff going to be happening there. So I'm going to put that to one side for a minute, and I've got 2 more of these that I'd like to make, and 1 more of these. So I'm going to make them with you, and you'll see that on the other side I've got a screwed up flower there as well. So all I did, as I say, is I had 2 different sized Suffolk puffs. Okay, if you've not made Suffolk puffs before, one of the things you need to bear in mind is when you draw your circle, this was the circle for this one, you can see it ends up being roughly half the size, and this giant gesso pot was the circle for that one. Okay, so whatever size you cut your circle, you're going to end up with roughly half. So we're going to take a needle, and then all you do is you just do a running stitch all the way around your circle, pull it tight, and it draws it in. I'm sure you've done them before. If you haven't, there's lots of people on YouTube showing you how to make Suffolk puffs. Then I just, whoops, took the largest one, put that on the bottom. I then took a large-ish circle of lace that's roughly the same size. I then took the small Suffolk puff and put that onto my pile. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're not central. That to me all adds to the beauty of these shabby flowers. And then I've got that part of a crocheted doily. These are like the infills on the top. Okay, and then I just went up and down a few times, making sure you put it nice and tight, and that's, look, what gives you that sort of dimension in it. Don't stab yourself. I stabbed myself this morning. I had blood everywhere. I had to run off quick before I got staining on my flowers. So just pulling that nice and tight. Okay, you can see you've got a little bit of dimension there. And then I'm going into my bag of pearls. If you haven't got pearls, you could use any sort of bead, but I've got this giant bag of pearls that I got from my mum, that she de-stringed from old broken necklaces. So just pop that on there and we'll go through. Pull. Always make sure you give it at least 2 passes. We don't want it coming out when, you know, we're using our pouch. Okay, and then what I did was I folded it over like that and just pulled the fabric together to make a little ruck in the bottom, and that, look, just adds more dimension to it for you. Okay, and then finish it off. And give it a little snip, and that's our 5th one of those done and ready to rock and roll. So I put that to one side, and then the last one of these in exactly the same way. So through my bottom piece, and you'll notice that all the bottoms are this same colour, but the tops were all different. That's a white one with purpley blue flowers on. This is a blue one, and where you pull, and the laces are slightly different, and where you pull them together, they all end up marginally different sizes. So again, that all adds for that natural look, in my opinion. Pulling that up, and then this one, this last one. There's all my layers, and then just stitching it in place. It's very, very simple to do, really, but I think because they're dimensional, it adds a lot of interest to our bouquet. Right, another little pearl. And then what I'm going to do is, I've got some blue satin ribbon to represent those blue satin sashes that I will add in. Just find that hole, come through there. That's my 2nd pass. Pull that down. And then we're just going to pick up this fabric and gather that again for that added texture. There you go. And there's that last one. Okay, now this one, this is done, Corinne did one of these recently, but I did a whole quilt of these a few years ago. It's called Cottage Garden. You basically freehand different fabrics, 3-4 layers, and then you join them together. Now for this one, what I did was I ran a thread round as if I was doing a Suffolk puff and pulled it slightly to gather it up, and then you get this almost like bird's nest flower, and I put 3 of the pearls in there. But for, where's it gone? For this one, what I did was I just sewed them all together and then I pulled it all in. So I'm going to do this one the same as this one. So I'll show you what I mean. And it's nice, I think, to have the same sort of flower stitched in a slightly different way, because then it, well, just looks slightly different, doesn't it? So I've just come through all my layers and I'm going to go back down again like that, and now they're all joint. And then I went, folded it in half and did a stitch there, so you've got that like curve. Okay, do another one just to make sure it's anchored, and then I opened it. You can see now, look, it's like a butterfly. And then I came back that way and did the same thing this way, and then that gives you this, look, almost dimension. Okay, and then I came through the back layer like so. I came just to the edge of that 3rd piece, but only going through that 2nd layer, and then I pulled it down like that, pulled it over, so you got like a little ruffle, and I came through, and you can see already that's changed. Yeah, so then I came and held the 3rd layer exactly where it fell, and if you pull it, you'll see it comes tight. Don't want to pull it too much, just a little bit. And then I'm going to run out of thread, aren't I? Back through there, and then I came across, back through here again, back through here. So we've gone through the first, whoops, don't lose your thread, Claire, the 1st and 2nd layers, and then again just pull it down and go through. Okay, to create that little like ruffle, and then when you've got it where you want it, yeah, I thought so, I'm running out of thread. Right, let me just fasten this off and then we'll reload the needle with plenty of thread so that we can see properly all the way around. I should have thought actually before I started that it wasn't going to be enough thread. So that's hubby, you can hear on the phone. Okay, so we've pulled it, okay, and then we're just pulling it over there like that, see? And then I'm just gonna finish it off on the back, and then we get new thread. So you can see now, look, it's starting to ripple up. It's very different to the flat piece that we had just now. I'll leave that one there so you can see what I mean. And it's just a case of going round and stitching where it pleases your eye, really. I think they look lovely. They're a little bit like sort of cabbage roses. I mean, obviously you don't get blue roses, So they're a bit of a fantasy flower. But for the purposes of what we're doing, whereby I'm making this pouch basically in blue and white. Right, where do I want to go now? Here. So again, coming through my back, my first layer, like so, okay, and then we'll go through near the tip and we'll pull that so that it falls there, and we'll fix it. Probably looks a little bit weird and confusing, but we will get there, I promise. And then I'm going to drag it round so that that piece comes round there. And then you can see you've got that ruffle. And then if I fix it, so do your second stitch, that's going to hold it in place. And then this one I'm going to bring down there. You see? And then that one is going to come over and down there. There we go. You can see it's starting to land for us. And now I'm going to bend that and go through all 4 layers. Fix that in place. And then back down. You can see we've almost come all the way around. So now I'm going to go all the way through the back layer and then pick it up and bring it through layer 2 and layer 3 like that. Look at that. Okay, and then down there, okay, and then I'm gonna stitch it there. Look, hang on, I need to fix that stitch. Yeah, can you see? Okay, get rid of those loose threads, and then if I put my three pearls on, 1, 2, 3 pearls. Oh, how many times have you done that? Well, you think the needle's at the front, but it's actually at the back. That was a bit silly, Claire, wasn't it? So make sure when you put your beads on your thread that your thread is the right side of your project. So, ow! See, I just stabbed myself again. Right, now we know we're at the front. We'll put our 3 beads back on. 1, 2. Where's the third one gone? 3. Okay. and I'm going to pull that through the back, and that'll automatically make them into like a little bunch. Come back up, pull it tight, and get rid of that. And then back through each bead individually and down, just to make sure it's held securely in place. Back up again, grab this second bead, down, back up again, and the third bead. Okay, we got them all in. Turn it over, and again I'm going to scrunch up the back as I did with the little ones, and then we've got that flower there. These, by the way, make lovely little brooches as well, if you know, you're looking to make a little gift or something. Okay, and I'm going to take that off. Right, so now the first thing I need to do is plug my iron in so that we can put on our vase, because I've put seam and steam on there. So okay, that's plugged my iron in. Whoops, Jenga, please no Jenga. There's my iron. Excuse me, coffee time. I will stitch this as well, but I just want to get this on. So I'm putting my two corner points there so that I know I'm right at the bottom, and I don't want it in the centre, I want it off centre so that my flowers can travel much more that way. So obviously as the iron heats up, it will start to melt the glue that's on our steam and seam, and then this will stick down and we can start to plan our flowers. There you go, starting to go now. As I say, I will be stitching this as well, but it's nice to have this in place, and also it does mean that the edges will only fray to where the glue is. Okay, so I've got my vase on. I will be doing some stitching to act as sort of leaves and things, I think. So I'm going to start with the first one, I think there, so it's sort of coming to the side. I'm going to put that one up, and then where's the third one of those? Here. Is that going to be hanging there? Maybe like that, so it's hanging down from the vase. And then we've got this one, See, that's going to hang over there. That one will come in there. And then I've got these little ones that are going to yeah, that one there, and then we'll have one sort of up there. Do I want that one? No. So that one maybe there, or maybe there. Don't know, something like that, so that we've got this lovely vase of flowers. Now what I wanted to do with my satin ribbon was I was hoping to be able to make some loops, like say that, and then that would stitch under there, so we'd have these like weird fantasy loop bits as well. Yeah, I think that's going to work. The only thing is, I'm not convinced that is the right colour blue, so I'm just going to have a look and see if I've got another blue in my ribbons. And I have actually another Jenga, but anyway, look, I have got a different blue here. That one I think's a bit tealy green, whereas this one is much more silvery. Or actually, because we've got the grey, I think I might go with the grey. So I'm going to pull out the grey, get rid of the rest, and we're going to have a little look at this. So I'm going to pin down this flower, making sure I'm only going through the top side. Of my pouch. I don't obviously want to. Okay, so that's that and that. Then this one is on top of that one. That one, because I don't want to put too many pins in, just enough to secure it down so that it's not all falling off, you know. And then that one I'm going to put on there. And then this one is going to come down there on top, whoops, on top of that doily. There we go. So we've got this big array of flowers in this vase. But then with our ribbon, I just want to make little loops like that, and they'll just spring out as well. So that one, for example, will just tuck in there like that, so it's dimensional, yeah. And then do another one that maybe will come out under there. Obviously they need stitching in place, and they're just bits of ribbon, so they won't even stay as like loops until they're stitched, but we can tuck it in just so we get an idea So we got 1, 2, 3 of those. And then we'll have some greenery coming down here. I think I'm going to do 2 more, just because I can. So I think we'll now have one under here. And then I feel like there should be one standing up there, like that. So we've got those as well. Now I did have this feather. I don't know whether or not that's going to work, but I've put some semen steam on the back. I don't know, can we maybe tuck a feather under there as well? We're going a bit over the top now. No, I think I like that. So just fussy cutting this, which of course, now that it's got the semen steam on the back, is relatively easy to do. I mean, I'm saying semen steam, that's actually a brand. I mean, obviously it's basically Bondaweb or whatever you want to call it. I think, to be honest, they're all brand names. It's basically just a paper that's got glue on 2 sides, and you lay down the paper, you iron it, one side melts to the back of the fabric, and then you peel off the paper as you saw me do with the vase, and that reveals the second layer of glue, and you can then stick that down so I think while my iron's on, it makes sense to get this piece cut out, and then what's happened here? There we go. You can get this piece cut out and ironed down, and then I've got an awful lot of stitching to do, haven't I, before I see you again. And that's really only this side. We've then got to look at the other side. And we need to get our raindrops on our roses. So I'm calling those big ones, you know, like the cabbage rose. So we need to get raindrops on them. And I thought I would use, I've got some clear glass beads, so I thought they might make, sorry, I'm probably cutting this off screen, I've just realised, but all I'm really doing is cutting it, so you're not missing much. Yeah, clear glass beads I think would make great roses. This is French General fabric, if anyone was wondering. And then we got this last little bit here. Right. So then if we peel that off, this is what I'm saying, you just peel that off, you can probably see the glue that's under there. So now this is gonna go there, I think. So I'm just going to whack my iron back up on high, and we're going to stick that down. Decision made, that feather will go on. Now obviously if you had real feathers that would be even better, but that's got that feather stuck down on there. Yeah, love it. And I have also got some sort of leafy flowers here. I don't know whether or not they're gonna be a good idea on it. Let's have a little look. Again, this is from a French General charm pack by Moda. It's just adding different flowers in, isn't it? Whoops. Right. And now we could sort of hang that one down there, you see. Oh yes. Let's put the iron back on. Let's get that one down there as well. So that's that. This is what I said to you about, I wanted it all creeping that way. Is that going to go there? Or is it actually going to creep that way? That way a little bit. Yes. On. So we got that one there. I've got that one there. Got our feather there. I feel like now I just need something small there. So we have got this one. So what if we, I mean, I don't know that it's small, but we could trim this. So I'm just because you could never really fussy cut cotton fabric like this. It would all be fraying and driving you mad. Well, it would definitely drive me mad. But obviously by putting the I'm going to call it bonding paper on the back means you can actually do this because it's got a lot more stability to it. Whoops, don't cut your stalk off, Claire. I'm having such a lovely time. I've probably been here forever. I better check the time. Let me just get this flower stuck down, and it's probably going to be time to say goodbye. Come on. There you go. So now I'm wondering, is that one? Yes, look. It's slightly over that feather, but I don't think that matters. So we're going to put him down as well. There you go. There. And also I like that we've got so many different things. So we've got the doilies, we've got these stuck down pieces, we've got these three-dimensional flowers, and we've got our ribbons. So yeah, been here just over 40 minutes. So I'm going to leave you to the rest of your day. I'm going to concentrate on stitching some of this down. When I see you next, it'll be a little bit more held together. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.